Welcome back. We're doing a Strange Culz Reviews. Andrew's here.
Hi.
Strange Culz
I'm Andrew.
Reviews.
Yeah, so we did a marathon watch of Chased by Dinosaurs / Chased by Sea Monsters. Andrew, do you want to say anything about the one that you watched? Andrew watched Land of Giants.
Yeah, the dude did a lot of questionable things.
Questionable things, he says.
Definitely very dangerous, and a lot of things that I would not personally do myself if I was in those situations.
Yeah, like camp out in the middle of everything.
You may ask why Andrew's not on camera. Well, he is getting into character right now for a documentary we're shooting. We don't want to spoil it, but stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic. We'll just say he's going to be playing someone he's related to. We don't want to spoil it.
Yep, we're all related to him.
No, I mean, we're not all related to him.
Oh.
Andrew's related to him, and there's also a museum dedicated to said person. We don't want to spoil it, so we ain't going to say it. Like we said, we don't want to spoil it, so we're just throwing this fun little twist in. He is here, though. We don't want to pretend like he's not. Andrew, anything else? Did you enjoy the dinosaur chases at mauling a poor helpless Argentinosaurus?
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
Terrible.
That would be very sad.
Also here is Sam. You can actually see him in frame. That's because you do know about the Butch Cassidy stuff, so we don't have to hide that. We do like teasing upcoming documentaries, though, so stay tuned. Cool things on the horizon. But as far as our Butch Cassidy actor, Sam, he watched all the episodes, Land of Giants, Giant Claw, the Sea Monster ones. What did you think of the episodes?
Ooh. And besides his questionable camping places, yeah, like Andrew said, he did some very peculiar things that towards the end you're just like, yeah, this is about to happen because this guy likes to be in danger, but it says that he was just like, I'm very terrified, but let's get close.
Most dangerous sea, but let's swim in it anyway.
Right? But no, I mean, for the time, since it's what was it, 2002?
2002, yeah.
2002 film. I mean, it was pretty good. You do question how he gets all of his things there.
Yeah, they don't tell you that part. So.
And his crew seems to be getting bigger as the episodes go on.
Yeah, Sea Monster is more of a crew. The crew gets more of a part. More comedy, I think, too, in the Sea Monster one.
They definitely have good acting. Because the guys looked pretty terrified when they were going after a 50-foot Megalodon, but, you know, I mean...
Yeah, they definitely didn't want to do that.
But they were okay with the Mosasaurs, which was a little different.
They were sleeping quite fine until they got eaten. I mean, I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. Spoilers for something made in 2002. Yeah, so originally we were just going to watch the one with the Giganotosaurus. Since our Giganotosaurus video has now become our most watched video of all time, surpassing A Night with Sea, and kind of break down some of the inaccuracies or some things they got right. But now that we've watched them all, I feel like it would just be better off naming some things we liked or some things that maybe were wrong throughout all of them. And then maybe later at some point, if you guys want, we'll do a complete breakdown and be like, alright, this episode, here's everything right or everything wrong. Like I said, this is just a quick little review. Sam, any animals in particular you enjoyed or didn't enjoy?
Kind of enjoyed all of them. Because I do play Ark, and Ark definitely makes the Gigan seem a lot bigger.
Yeah, if you guys want,
But it makes it cooler. I like it. I like the Gigan and Ark. I'm not trying to complain. I think it's tight.
At some point, though, if you guys are interested in something like that, perhaps we'll mix a little Let's Play with a little bit of scientific accuracy or inaccuracies with Ark. I got that, you got that, we can do a little bit. Andrew, I know you're getting super into character right now. Your character might not have been playing video games, but once you're out of character, would you enjoy doing that? He's really into character. I mean, this is going to be hard. Look at him. If you guys could
Yeah, you want
see,
to be killed by some dinosaurs?
look at that. He's in character. I mean, you guys are gonna love his performance. It's gonna be fantastic. We've been working really hard on this documentary. It could rival our Billy the Kid one. We'll find out. It's gonna be fantastic. So you liked them all. Was there one that maybe you didn't enjoy?
The Argentinosaurus face looked like they were just smashed in a little bit.
The faces were kind of wonky.
The faces were wonky, but for 2002, I mean, I'm not trying to diss on it too hard, but the faces on the Argentinosaurus specifically kind of looked like you just like punched on both sides and it was like caved in a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it was still really good.
It looked like maybe something out of Men in Black. An alien out of Men in Black could have had that face. That's what it reminded me of.
I see what you're saying now.
For me, I mean, I enjoyed the Giganotosaurus
Gigan.
much better than the Jurassic World
Giganotosaurus.
Dominion one.
Yeah, Ark definitely did a better job on that. At least
I mean,
tried.
people in the comments of our, Jurassic World breakdown one have said the same thing. So, the only problem, there's a lot of wrist breaking because they were all holding their hands like this instead. Dinosaurs can only do this. So, the Giganotosaurus did have that issue as long with a lot of the other dinosaurs. As well as, it should have probably been a Maposaurus because that's what lived with Argentinosaurus. Its face, the Argentinosaurus face is really weird. It probably would be one that I would also say I didn't enjoy. Well, the whole body too, like Argentinosaurus, it was like super level, which is something we've talked about with the Big Owl and the Diplodocus, where they held their necks like level. And obviously, especially with Titanosaurs being, they had to, they held their neck upright. I mean, we know that now. We knew it before, but there's this weird part in the 90s where they said no. I mean, for the times, maybe. If you guys want us to, though, we will, break down this Argentinosaurus and compare it with the Patagotitan in Chicago. I mean, would you guys enjoy that? I don't know. Let us know. I mean, you might not. You might keep saying, why don't you talk about the dinosaurs with lips? I mean, we could, but it seems highly controversial based on our comments. Our comment section, I should say. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want us to talk about that, we could make a whole video. Do you see this? We could make a whole video on that if you guys want. As far as Fossil Frenzy episodes in the future, we got some already filmed and we got some cool ideas. Maybe we'll mix it up and kind of go with that silly idea of dinosaur ghosts, right? Seems like something maybe both sides of our channel would enjoy.
Yeah.
But like I said, at some point we'll do an actual breakdown of this episode. So how we're going to rate these is we'll give a rating for the Land of Giants, Giant Claw, and then just the entire Chase by Sea Monsters.
Giant Claw.
Okay. Sam, but before we get to the rating, we want to talk about the Giant Claw. They obviously showed some dinosaurs with fuzz. I mean, it wasn't even dino fuzz. It looked more like actual downy feathers in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Showed a scorpion. It was pretty neat to see a scorpion.
Yep, those are a pain in our.
Yeah, you're talking about the Erector.
Yeah.
I was talking about the actual just modern day scorpion we got to see. I was pretty excited about that. The Velociraptors were pretty neat. Obviously, a lot of people, as we've seen in multiple dinosaur comments, like to say how the Jurassic Park ones are inaccurate. And they are. Obviously, they're not Velociraptor mongoliensis. They were at the time they were actually, they took John Ostrom's work on what is now Deinonychus, but back in the 80s there was a lot of conversation that it was a type of Velociraptor, and that went by the name Velociraptor anthropus, which you actually see in the Jurassic Park book. It used to be on the websites and stuff until, the people making the new viral marketing stuff just changed it to Velociraptor mongoliensis actually made this issue even worse. We'll talk about that in the video. Maybe we have to at some point. It's brought up a ton, so why not? We saw Therizinosaurus a brief second. Just Freddy Krueger, the Tarbosaurus's face. The Tarbosaurus was pretty sad after that. Just walked right off screen. Probably picked up his paycheck. I mean, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fantastic work he's doing over here. I mean, he's got the robe, and I mean, I've said too much. I have said too much. Alright, so now, anything you want to say about Giant Claw? He's got fire on him now. Alright, so now we're back. He's getting well into character. Whew.
So they had unicorns with a leopardon, so that's pretty. Just
I mean, if you've seen Walking with Dinosaurs, yes, they bring back the Walking with Dinosaurs 80-foot long Liopleurodon, which obviously was based on some speculative fossils.
It was an 80-foot long lead synthesis.
No, they were even bigger than that in this.
What? The lead synthesis they were not as big as the lead synthesis.
No, the lead Zichthies were bigger.
Than the Leopardon.
Yeah, they were. I think in here
they were
like 90 feet.
They said like 80, 90 feet, and the Leopardon was not nearly as
Which
big.
again is a little oversized. Sometimes we find fossils and we get a little too excited when we do estimations, and later we kind of scale it back. We saw that with the Sarcosuchus. Obviously, recently it's been scaled back to 30 feet. Still pretty big, still well big enough to kill you.
I mean, there's probably some that could get up to 40.
I mean, so far, Dinosuchus and Parasaurus are about 35 feet. Dinosuchus, some estimations are about 40 feet. At some point, hey, we'll get to Utah. You want us to go to Utah? I don't know what you want us to talk about.
Raptor?
We can go to Morrison and see a Utah raptor if you guys want us. If you want us to talk about Utah raptors, velociraptors, saltwater crocodiles, Sears Tower, Illuminati Pizza, Andrew's documentary, you let us know. We got it. Hey, we're just having a good time, guys. We hit a milestone, a 13,000 view video.
And if you want to tell,
mind blowing.
And if you want to see how Andrew thinks, how these two think Chicago's better or New York is better, you can see them battle it out.
We could make a debate video, which would mean we would actually have to travel to both cities, pretty close, back to back, perhaps. Just fly into Midway and then fly into JFK or something. Hey, fly into O'Hare, LaGuardia. You let us know. Newark, if we need to. Whatever. Anything you want to add before we get to the rating?
Yeah. While we were watching it, the dude.
Nigel Marvin.
Yeah, Nigel.
Yeah, we haven't even talked. Nigel Marvin is obviously the host.
He's the host and the captain of ships, but he's his bright idea was to capture some of them or hold on to ones that tried to attack him, and then go for a ride, and ripped off a tail of one by holding on to it.
Yeah, which the Tenostropheus obviously couldn't do that now. It was kind of neat to see. It was a pretty good model that they made for the tail. It looked pretty realistic.
Mm-hmm.
New science shows that they actually weren't aquatic. They lived on the shores and used that long neck to actually fish. Pretty interesting.
But apart from that, we were talking about how in our time, if we were those dinosaurs, we would see that as an alien abduction, because there's just this weird two-legged walking person just grabbing a hold of them and putting bags over their head and
Yeah, it did bring up that debate. Is this, people always use fishing. If you capture a fish and release it, it's kind of like an abduction.
It is kind of like an abduction.
But yeah, it brought up the conversation though. These poor animals just walk around and getting abducted at points, or not knowing what's going on. The Basilosaurus very aggravated at the well noises, ate the speaker.
Stole their speaker.
The Giganotosaurus tried to eat the tent, lost a tooth. Andrew was very sad at that point as well. Alright, let's get to ratings. So first, Planet of the Giants.
Just because of the face of the Argentinosaurus, I'm going to probably have to give it an 8.5 out of 10.
A little higher than me. I'm probably... And I do like it. I like the Giganotosaurus, but it does feel like the weakest of the bunch. So I'm probably going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. But not for the Giganotosaurus, which is better than Jurassic World, outside of the hands. Alright, so going into Giant Claw, one actually about the hands. What would you give that episode?
I'm going to probably do another 8.5. Actually 9. Let's do a 9. Even though it wasn't, like, as action-packed as the first one. He wasn't chased. Oh, wait, no, they were chasing the Jeep. No. That was the first one. He got chased.
Yeah, but he was chased by the Velociraptors, and then he had to hide from the Tarbosaurs.
Yeah, but the Velociraptor wasn't as...
We'd even mention the Tarbosaurs. Look at this.
Yeah. But
Not
I'm going to give it a
in-depth.
9 because he was sneezed on in the beginning.
I did like that.
And then in the end, he was licked by the Therizinosaurus, which if you played Ark, you know that it would just murder you if you got too close to it and
But this isn't
activated.
Ark. This is not Ark. This is not Ark. We can do one if you want. Just let us know in the comments below.
I'm just saying.
Usually about 5 or 6 comments, and then we will do the video. I'm kidding. Just give us one, we'll do it.
You know, yeah, it's great.
I mean, I'll play it and we can talk about it. For me, for Giant Claw, I thought it was better than the first one, story-wise, and accuracy-wise, still not perfect. But I'd give it like a 7.3 out of 10. So getting there. Now we get
7.3,
we get to the best of the bunch, though, the Sea Monsters one, which is 3 episodes. But for the purpose of this, we're just counting them as one because it's really one episode broken into 3 parts. Because it's just talking about the 7 deadliest seas.
6.
No, it's 7.
Is it 7?
It is 7. The Riptorids were 7.
Oh, you thought it was 10. That's right.
I originally thought it was 10, and then we got to 4, and I was like, that's right. It makes sense because there's 7 seas today, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you rate the 7 seas chased by sea monsters? Or Walking with Dinosaurs Sea Monsters Special, whatever it's called now.
I'm definitely giving that one a 10 out of 10. Just because sea monsters, the sea in general, is just an ominous topic. Because it's very not explored, and just by far, I would rather deal with like a T-Rex or a Gigan on land than be out in the ocean where your like maneuverability is so limited and everything else is just so much quicker. Like, sure, a T-Rex or Gigan would still destroy you, but you have a slightly higher chance to maybe get out of it. Not very much, but like in the ocean, you're just a sitting duck.
Yeah, and I do think it's the best of the bunch. It does feel a little bit more rapid. There's a little bit more humor. The effects are pretty good. There's parts of those, the sea monsters look really good, especially because it's from 2002. So we're trying to remember that as we judge these. But even for today, some of them look really good. Obviously, there's practical effects, which we always enjoy. But overall, I would think the chase by sea monsters, I'd give at least an 8.3 out of 10. I'm feeling 3s today. 3's Company.
And
The
he's a
3
dinosaur
amino.
lover, and this is...
I'm trying to
giving the
base
highest
it.
ratings
I
here.
am trying to base it off accuracy too.
Yeah, but it's 2002.
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's not bad for 2002. So that was our kind of brief marathon watch. Like I said, at some point we're going to give you an in-depth breakdown, and then if you guys want, let us know about Ark. We can do that as well. We'll talk about each dinosaur, creature, mythical creature. Anyway, if you guys want to see more Culz reviews, usually they're only 1 episode, not a whole marathon. Click the link over my face. If you want to see more of what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, including some Throwback Thursday and interviews, click that link over there. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe.
And switch that notification bell from personalized to all if you want to be notified on all of our videos.
And let us know, A, what was your favorite of the three? And B, what do you think Andrew's documentary is going to be about? If you watch our previous episodes, you might have a good guess.
And would you rather be on land or in the ocean?
Land.
Yeah, with the land dinosaurs or in the ocean with the
I know, I said land. That was my...
Oh.
I thought you were asking me.